Welcome everyone to Cloud Data Driven Online User Group Meeting, right? As you already know, today we have Ilavaranason as a speaker. He's going to talk about transforming database migration. I came from data, to be honest with you, and I can't even imagine how many times I have to travel, okay, across different country or continents, sometimes in India, Europe, to participate in migration. And now the focus is AI. AI is a very, is a peer, right? It's normal uh, future for us. To me, I do everything with AI. One thing I love about this presentation is that how can we leverage AI to revolutionize our legacy modernizations? That's a wonderful topic, and I cannot wait to learn from you, right? But before I have you introduce yourself and share your screen, I would like to one more time welcome all attendees. Thank you for sharing time with data-driven community. As you may aware, under this community, we're doing a lot, right? We are not only a user group, we're running summit event, and moreover, we mentoring people as well, right? With blogging, like if you see Wunen, right? He's supporting our community. Moreover, he's running his own community in Israel. So, meaning it's a pleasure to have you here. And under data-driven community, we have feature data-driven, and we have data-driven community. If you go to our website, you search for sorry about that, data-driven community, you will see that these are the two community, okay? And this is the feature data-driven. In case if you haven't registered yet, we highly suggest you to go and do that. We have about, I would say, over 55 different speakers that will go and talk about data, AI, and visualization. You do not want to miss that, right? And those are our volunteers. Kudos to them, especially Dipti. Okay. So Dipti, she is the engine for the feature data driven, even cloud data driven, to be honest with you. She's doing a lot. Okay. So this is the QR code. If you haven't registered, you are free to do that. Scan this QR code and then now these are two more QR code. This is the registration for the feature data driven. This is our event engineer. Okay. And then what else we have here? We spoke about that. Okay. So we have a tons of other conferences that are scheduled. For me, the community, I leverage it to keep myself updated, and I'm pretty sure you're doing the same. You already know about SQL Saturday. SQL Saturday is everywhere, right? It is, you don't need to move to USA to be part of SQL Saturdays. It is a community driven. Wherever you are, there might be a SQL Saturday. We highly suggest you to go and visit SQLSaturday.com. I will share the link with you. This is feature data driven, which is scheduled. We have live 360. I myself have three sessions, right? To all of three are related to artificial intelligence. But if you haven't registered, I would highly suggest you to go and register. We also have past data community as well. This year, I don't think I will be one of the speakers, but the thing is, it's great sometimes to join such event. We highly suggest you to go and register for that. We also have Microsoft Ignite. Who doesn't love Microsoft Ignite? I'm not sure. So, Ignite always bring the latest Microsoft features, uh, informations. So if you want to stay updated with the latest Microsoft product, features or informations, we highly suggest you to go and register for Microsoft Ignite. Okay. We also have a FabCon, which is scheduled for March 26th. The call for speaker is open. Even though if you have not if you are not a speaker and you would like to be a speaker, I'll be happy to mentor you. I'm not a guru, but I can guide you and show you how to submit your sessions. And if you, especially in the context of Microsoft Fabric, if you know you are an expert in any given area, you would like to share it with the community and you don't know how, feel free to let me know. I'll be happy to help you draft the sessions and submit it. And if you are a speaker, you haven't submitted your session yet, we highly suggest you to do that. Uh, Speaking of the community, we have Wonen. He is, even though I am the founder, I think this guy is the founder and owner. I don't know what would I do with Wonen. And he is the primary person. Even though you're saying co-admin, I consider Wonen as the primary one. Under Wonen, we have Zipti. Zipti now taking over a lot of tasks we used to do. And I can't express how grateful me and Wonen are for Zipti. She is doing most of the heavy work. And she is a moderator and event organizer. And that's me. My name is Jean Joseph. I am an independent contractor and trainer. You guys know I used to work for Microsoft and I was part of the 9,000 employee that was laid off in July. So therefore, I'm open for any kind of independent and consultant work. Okay. If you want to connect with me, this is you feel free to scan and connect with me. This is the entire team. And yeah, if you have any questions, you know where you can go and ask that. That's the team. If you go back to the team, this is the chart that you can see here. Okay. And then what else? And if the speaker did something which they always do, you like, or if the speaker asks question, while the speaker is speaking, you have a question, you need to interact, to raise your hand. This is where you can do that. This is where you can go interact. This is the chat, okay? And also, if latency can be an issue, you are free to click here, go on and get the number and reach out and listen to us over the phone and watch the sessions or the webinar on your screen if you want to. Okay, so I think that's all here I have to do for now. I would like to remind you the session will be recorded, okay? And sorry about that. Where do I have this one? This is where I have it. The session will be recorded, okay? And one more time, welcome. And E.Asokan, it's a pleasure to have you. And I hope we have you next year again. If you don't mind, feel free to share your screen, introduce yourself, and start with your presentations. And I can't wait to learn from you. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot for the introduction. Yeah, and for providing all the details about this conference and various things that has been done out of this. And yeah, and firstly, like I want to take this opportunity and welcoming you all for this session. And if you have done anything at this point of time, and you taking out your time and joining this session actually really means a lot for me. And uh, without wasting much of my time, let me start introducing myself, a brief about myself, and let's start uh, directly into this presentation. So myself, E.Asokan. So I work as an Oracle and cloud database analyst. So I have totally 15 years of IT professional experience, of which 13 years I've been associated and I've worked on various database technologies like Oracle and Postgres. And as an Oracle database administrator, I work on end-to-end almost all the aspects of the database. And I've been worked with few of the organizations like Tech Mahindra, Infosys, and Oracle India Private Limited and CSG. And currently, I'm employed with what Capital One, and right now I'm in Richmond location. Yeah. So this is all about me, and let's start uh, what getting directly into this presentation. And I hope my screen is visible for you. And, so I take this as a confirmation that my screen is visible, and let's get into this presentation here. So today's topic is going to be about transforming database migrations, especially like using AI and how AI is revolutionizing um, legacy modernization. Like if you know all know like in today's time, AI plays a critical role in almost all the aspects of the technology work that we are doing it. Like if you know like a few years back, like the work that we are used to do, like we used to spend a lot of time and manual effort for all the tasks that we are in that we were doing. But today, with the help of various AI tools and other things, like the we can see like the response time and the completion of the project and the way the efficiency and other things, it has drastically improved with the advance of AI. And right now, like we are going to see like how AI can improve the data migration aspect with related to the database. Yeah, and it's like firstly like harnessing like the intelligent automation and predictive capabilities and autonomous optimization. Migration is odd and costly, often delayed, but artificial intelligence is fundamentally reshaping how organizations approach database modernizations, bringing unprecedented efficiency and reliability to what has been traditionally been a high risk endeavor. And like traditionally, like if you see like whenever we are planning for any database migration, there has been like always used to be some kind of a discussion or dilemma, like what all things can go wrong or what are the hardships that we might encounter. One is like the budget overruns, and the second is the critical, and it's a critical and risky task. And like if you see the budget, like vastly the majority of the database migration exceeds both time and the budget allocations, creating a significant business disruptions and financial strain. And like everyone, if you have known, like we could have encountered this situation most of the time, like most of the work that we especially with the database migration part, uh, like a lot of times it would have overrun the scheduled time and the budget. And uh, like also like when we see the what risky part, obviously like we don't know like what the when we are migrating the data from one database or to the other database or from one version to the other version or anything, like there could be like any kind of challenges because like the in the later version or the new database technologies, like we don't know like how the what kind of bug or what kind of challenges that we might encounter during that time. So it's 100% risky. So legacy modernization represents an essential business imperative that nonetheless carries substantial operational risk. And other common migration challenges involve downtime, performance degradation, and data errors. And like if you see, like with their respective to the data downtime, service interruption during the migration window impacts the business and the customer experience. And almost all the migration activity, at least like it involves minimal downtime, or at least like or certain instances we would have seen like it would be taking us and like or it might go might take a few days as well, at least if not few days, like 1 or like longer time. And with the like next aspect is the performance degradation. So when the newly migrated system often suffers from unexpected performance issues requiring extensive remediation. So when the data is migrated from one version or from one technology, like one database technology to other database technologies, like obviously like we don't know like how data and other things like it could impact and a lot of challenges with respect to the performance. Sometimes like with respect to the Oracle database, like the query would have got tuned when it's moved to the new database, like once the data is migrated, like obviously like the SQL profiles and other things which you have set for the particular SQL might not be in effect. So once the data is like migrated, like some of the common challenges like we get from the application or the development team, like they come up with asking like the query was running fine previously, now it's we are facing issue with the performance. So we start working. So this is one of the other aspect and challenges that we face. And the other one is the data errors. So schema mismatch and data transformation issues create an integrity problem that can persist long after migration. So sometimes like when we migrate the data or database from one database technology to the other database technology, like obviously like there could be some challenges with respective to the data type and other data related things. So this is one of the other common migration challenges that we face. And now let's talk about the traditional migration approach that we usually follow. So first one is the manual schema mapping, and the second is post-migration performance tuning, and the third is going to be the extended remediation period. So so at least with respect to the Oracle, like there are other lot of other traditional approaches. Like sometimes we use RMN utility or export, import or data from strategies, or traditional like sometimes like some in some situations we use Oracle data guard and other things. So these are like we see like what is possible, like what are the things that work out for our database migration thing. So we check on that, like, and other is like once the data is migrated, we like in most of the scenarios we tune the SQL from the database. So that is the other thing. So like we optimize optimization thing we carry out. So and the third is the extended remediation period. Sometimes like due to the latest versions of the databases, there could be some new kinds of bugs or something like that, or some kind of unexpected things that might arise. So due to this kind of scenarios, the remediation to resolve the uh, data migrate, like the data that we have migrated, so it can get extended. So sometimes it takes weeks or months post the data is migrated. So legacy methods remain predominantly reactive rather than the proactive, uh, creating a cascading issues that extend project timelines and inflate cost. So we would have like fixed a certain duration and a certain budget for the migration activity. Due to the unexpected challenges like the resource, we need to the timelines and as well as the cost for the project might go and as well. Okay, so next, why the we are going to discuss why the traditional migration uh, fail. Okay, so one of the things like it's labor intensive processes. Second is um, reactive optimization, and third is the late deduction and data issues. So if you see like in the traditional methods, like it's going to be a resource intensive work. Like in the traditional, if you see like all the database migrations or any kind of activity that we have been doing, like it involves extensive resource for getting the project database migrated. And if you see like manual mapping and manual validation task lead to data DBA fatigue and human errors as project extend beyond planned timelines. And the second is the reactive optimization. And in most of the scenarios, it's always a reactive uh, work that we do. So in most of the scenarios, like once the my data is migrated, so only when the issue arises, we start to work on that. So performance issues are addressed only after the impact production system, creating inefficiency and business disruption. Third is the late detection and data issues. So critical um, data transformation problem often remain hidden until late stages, resulting in costly rework and extended timelines. So these fundamental flaws in traditional approaches explain why so many migration projects spiral out of control, exceeding budgets and timelines, which create organizational friction. So these are the some things. Like other things, like sometimes like there could be complex architectures involved in the part of the database design, and the data integrity and the schema mismatch also could be there. And sometimes like there is an high dependency on some of the subject matter experts. Like sometimes like when we are migrating the database from one technology to the newer, totally a newer technology, obviously like, there's a huge dependency on the SME. We need to take input, and we need to validate a lot of testings and other things that need to be done. So like there is a huge challenges when we are doing the database migration in a traditional way. And now let's see like how can play a critical and vital role as part of the challenges that we have encountered, and how efficiently AI can play a role, so that like the tasks and other things, like how beneficial the AI is for the migration task, we can just see. So one of the first thing is like AI can automate the repetitive tasks. And second is like it predicts the issue before they happen. And the third is like real-time anomaly resolution. So a lot of the manual tasks that we do, like when we humans are involved, like a lot of tasks as part of any migration involves a huge manual work. So with AI, like all those tasks can be automated. So like especially the repetitive tasks, like AI can what we can at least in my current project, like we started like for a lot of the um, work that we are doing, like you can see like GitHub and the pipeline are all used. So the repetitive tasks and other things, like we can automate those things using the GitHub and pipeline, and so that like it can take the work repetitive task without human intervention. Just a click of button, like it can take off, uh, like it can perform the things in an efficient way. So another thing is like a, or as you know all know, like machine learning plays like all the AI models are trained. So like the machine learning models anticipate performance bottlenecks and data transformation challenges before they impact the system. So since with the AI involvement in the database migration tasks, so we can train the model, and before going ahead with the migration task, we can predict the issues, what all things that we can encounter as part of the migration, so that like it can ease the work of the migration task itself. And the third one is the real-time anomaly resolution. AI systems detect and resolve data inconsistency during the migration rather than after deployment. So a lot of the issues that we encounter with related to the data when we are especially with the conversion and other things, a lot of things like uh, rather than being the reactive, so AI can help us in handling the situation well in advance, so that like we don't face challenges for the migration. So artificial intelligence introduces a proactive, intelligent layer into migration process, fundamentally changing how organizations approach database modernization projects. So now, next we are going to see about the core AI capability in migration. So one of the things is the schema conversion and the performance optimization, and the third is going to be the error detection. So if you see like one of the approaches when we are involved in the database migration, So like databases, like at least in Oracle, like we have multiple schemas. So the schema conversion, like with the deep learning, accelerates mapping between source and the target database schemas, dramatically reducing manual effort. So it automates the data conversion, data type conversions, and intelligent field mapping and constraint preservation. So AI can play a critical role, like reducing the manual work, and it can help in automating a lot of the things that uh, that is needed for the migration. So second is the performance optimization. So predictive query tuning ensures optimal performance from day one in the new environment. So with the help of the trained AI model, so we can predict and we can tune the query well in advance, so that like we don't post the migration, we don't get the complaints that something is not working as expected. So with AI involved, like with the trained models, like you can predict and tune the query well in advance. So that is the thing. Like a third is the error detection. Anomaly-based validation identifies the data issues that rule-based system often miss. So like pattern recognition and outlier identification and integrity verification. And also like other things that AI can um, enhance or ease the work of the database migration is like we can do an automated assessment. Like we can feed the data like, okay, this is the source database, like there's going to be this is our existing system, and there's going to be our target system, target the newer technology or something else. Like, and we can automate the assessment, so AI can like assess, like AI can scan the existing systems and identify the dependency and suggest like modernization paths. So like the assessment part can be done well in advance, and it can give us an idea like what are the things and the dependency and other things that is needed before going ahead with the migration. And also like there is this smart code conversion which AI can help us with. Like with the smart code conversion, automated refactoring of SQL queries, stored procedure, and application code. So like sometimes like we might be migrating the database from one database technology to the other database technology. So as part of that, the code has to be compatible from the existing system to the target system. So AI can help us with the smart code conversion. So the code conversion, AI can help us. So and the next is like intelligent code translation. So when any kind of SQL, like complex queries or trigger functions or anything complex in nature, which is there in the existing systems, so all that like AI can help converting the code. So that is other thing. And automated type conversion and constraint conversion. So when we are in the existing system, like there might be some data types or something else which would be part of the existing database, and as part like the same data type mismatch or some challenges we can have in the target system. So AI can help with identifying that what that type data type conversion and other things. And so these are the things. Yeah. Now let's move to the next slide. So now we will see like how AI can help us with the schema conversion. So especially like if you see like it can be faster, more accurate mapping and continuous learning and reduced DBA workload. So like with the deep learning models, analyze structure schemas to automatically identify corresponding elements between the source and the target databases. So since the AI models, we are training them with the data, so the models can like help us in the faster and more accurate mapping. So also like with the AI like involved in the database migration task, like we can make the AI since the AI is going to be on the continuous learning path. So it is like we have the like it can adapt um, the changes that are happening over there quickly. So the continuous learning, so AI systems learn from the past migrations, continuously improve accuracy and efficiency with each project. So although like it helps us, there could be some kind of challenges, but AI is like with the continuous learning approach, like it makes our work easier with each of the migration projects. So we can see like the improvements with each migration projects because of this continuous learning. And next one is the reduced DBA workload. And in the current traditional method, whatever we are doing, like it's all manual and human intervention is needed. So with the help of AI, we can automate the tedious tasks, allowing database administrators to focus on strategy aspect of migration. So a lot of the manual efforts that we DBS do, like all those can be automated using yeah, what AI tasks. So schema mapping represents one of the most challenging and time-consuming aspects of the database migration. AI make this process dramatically smarter and more efficient. Also, like AI-powered schema mapping can reduce manual mapping efforts by up to 80%, while improving accuracy through patterns recognition capabilities that human we often miss. Now, we are going to see the next aspect, and that is AI in performance optimization. So one is the first thing is the query latency reduction. In the you almost see like the predictive tuning significantly reduced query response time compared to the traditional post migration optimization. Obviously, like due to the what earlier prediction, a lot of the query latency and performance issue we can since it has we are able to fix it in advance, like we can see like with the involvement of AI, we gain a significant uh, uh, positiveness because of this. And also the proactive approach, optimization or applied before workload its production environment, preventing performance issues rather than reacting to them. So it's with the involvement of AI, it's going to be a proactive approach rather than the um, like what later post migration tasks. It's going to be a reactive task. So instead of that, we can um, due to this advantage proactive approach, it's going to help us a lot and reduce the firefighting. So it's like almost like we would have seen like whenever there is some kind of challenges, like when there are some kind of issues, it's always going to be your team responsibility as well the other team's responsibility. So when the issues are reduced dramatically, so the firefighting also comes down. So that is what this uh, we are talking about over here. So DBS spend significantly less time addressing emergency performance issues after migration completion. So AI makes database performance ready from day one, dramatically reducing the traditional performance degradation that follows migration, the associated business disruption. And also like machine learning models analyze query patterns from source system to predict optimal configuration for target environment, considering factors like data distribution and access patterns and resource constraints. So now the third thing is like AI in error detection. So automated anomaly detection. AI-powered systems catch over 90% of the data issues during the migration, far exceeding the capability of traditional rule-based validation. So the key advantages with that is like it's identify the subtle patterns and relationship that rule-based systems miss. So next is the dramatically reduced false positive compared to static validation tools. And it also enables real-time correction during migration rather than the post-deployment remediation. And the last one is the adapts to unique data characteristics without requiring explicit programming. So AI excels at spotting the subtle anomalies that human operators often miss, particularly in complex data sets with millions of records and intricate relationships. So So it's like mm, also like apart from this, like we have advanced error detection and anomaly detection, like data profiling and cleansing. So before migration, AI tools can perform deep data profiling to identify inconsistencies, duplicates, missing values, giving engineers a clear picture of the data's quality and the necessary cleansing steps. So this is one advantage, important advantage that we can achieve with the involvement of AI. And other thing is the synthetic data generation. For sensitive data, generative AI can create realistic anomalized synthetic data for testing purpose. So this protects customer privacy while allowing for robust testing for the migration processes. And other thing is like predictive performance optimization, query analysis and resource forecasting and query analysis. We have discussed like it can be like a tune. We can tune the query proactively rather than reactive. And also like next thing is like we have lot on with modernizing the database migration. We can achieve significant benefits like the speed of the migration, the timelines. Um, so the speed is also like the faster we can able to achieve like complete the migration task well in advance. So cost effectiveness is there and reduce the total cost of the ownership. All this we are able to achieve with the involvement of AI. And now we'll see like the one of the case studies with the involvement of AI in data migration. So one of the multinational bank, like they migrated the database from Oracle to Postgres, and challenges like it was extremely complex schemas with thousands of tables and stored procedures and strict service level agreements requiring minimal performance impact and zero tolerance for downtime in customer facing systems and regulatory compliance requirement demanding perfect data integrity. So with the AI-driven approach, like we're able to achieve 80% faster conversion, like machine learned, there's the schema mapping dramatically accelerated the conversion process, and also like the query performance, predictive tuning, with the help of the predictive tuning thing, like we're able to achieve 45% of the query performance, and also like 95%, 97% of the issues we are able to detect in advance. So anomaly detection flag nearly all of the data mismatch before go live. So as a result, the project completed 3 months ahead of the schedule with near zero downtime and full compliance with performance SLAs from day one. So now we will see like about the efficiency gains with the AI-driven migration. So first, they reduced manual intervention, manual effort. So DBS shift from tedious mapping and validation tasks to strategic migration planning. So a lot of the things that we uh, do manually as part of the migration, we can reduce all those migration tasks like efforts, manual efforts by automating it so that like the manual effort work comes down significantly. And also like the improved accuracy. So all like we know like as part of any task or any migration work or any task that we do, like there is always a chance of human errors, like it's unavoidable. So with the help of AI, like we can improve the accuracy and we can minimize or rule out the errors that humans usually use to because of our intervention. So AI-driven process dramatically reduced human error, resulting in fewer costly mistakes and rework cycles. So, so this the major advantage, one of the biggest advantages that we can achieve with help of AI and accelerated timelines. So projects complete up to 50% faster than the traditional approaches, delivering business value sooner. So with the involvement of AI, like almost all the tasks, most of the manual tasks that we are involved, like it can be automated. As a result, we can complete the projects well in advance in time. So these are the efficiency gains that we can achieve with the help of the AI. Also, like one of the other things, AI acts like faster time to market. So a accelerated market means modernized application can be deployed sooner, enabling business to seize competitive advantage and launch new products more quickly. So there's other advantages that which AI can bring in as a result for the businesses. So other thing is like enhanced strategic focus by offloading repetitive migration task to AI. Database administrator and engineer can focus on high value activities such as architectural planning, innovation, and strategic optimization. And other thing that we can achieve is the improved business agility. So the ability to execute micro migration with AI allows enterprises to continuously optimize their data infrastructure, rapidly adapting to new business initiatives or optimizing for cost and performance on granular level. Yeah. And also next is like with any kind of new technologies and advancements, like whenever as a result of the uh, benefits and gains, there also comes the challenges. So with the involvement of AI also, like we have some challenges. First one is the training the uh, training the models with the data. So like in order to train the models, high quality training data for migration model is scarce and costly to prepare, particularly for specialized database systems. So like since with the AI, like the models has to be trained. So for training the models, data is needed. So with the scarce of data, the quality of results that AI can produce also can be like error prone. So we need to for efficient for the AI models to perform better, like it has to more data is needed so that like it can get trained and it can uh, we can come down like reduce the errors. So training the AI model is one of the challenges. So so the solution could be like invest in robust data pipeline that can synthesize training models for limited samples. And the second is the data preparation intensity. Preparing data for AI-driven migration requires significant time and resource investment upfront. So in order for the AI models to perform better, so the AI models has to be trained, and in order to train that, more data is needed. So that comes up with the time and the cost. So resource investment and the time is before implementing or involving AI. So upfront, it has to be in a position where it can help us rather than disrupting or um, providing us with some kind of uh, issues or some kind of challenges. So AI model has to be trained. So in order to have that trained uh, AI model, like it comes up with the time and the resource and money, other things. So as a solution, developed reusable preparation framework that amortize cost across multiple migration projects. So third is the black box interpretability. Complex AI models can lack transparency, creating trust issue for critical database migration. So this can be another challenge. So as a solution, we implement explainable AI frameworks and maintain human in the loop oversight for critical decision. So although AI can help us with a lot of gains, still human intervention to overlook the things like it's needed over there. So while AI offers tremendous benefits for the database migration, organization must approach implementing thoughtfully to address this inherent challenges. And also like apart from these things, what is over there? So there can be other challenges as well, like sometimes like ethical and governance challenges. So that data privacy as part of it, like we have data privacy challenges as well. A models, especially when handling sensitive data, must be transparent and comply with the regulations like GDPR. And solutions include synthetic data and integrating AI tools with existing data governance. And other challenges can be bias and fairness. So AI algorithms can inherent even amplify bias from training data. So a solution involves scrutinizing training data and refining models to prevent discriminating outcomes and regularly auditing AI outputs. And the next slide talks about the best practices roadmap for AI migration. First is the startup with the pilot migrations. Begin with smaller and non-critical database to validate AI approach and build organization confidence. So select database with moderate complexity, establish clear success metrics, and document lessons learned. And the second is the scale incrementally. So progress from low risk system to increasingly critical databases as experience and confidence grows. So develop risk assessment framework and create migration pattern library, build internal expertise. The third one is the integrate with DevOps. Embed AI migration capability into existing DevOps workflows for seamless operation. Automate testing and validation. Implement CI/CD integration. Create feedback loops. And the last one is the continuous improvement. Regularly retrain models and monitor performance to ensure ongoing optimization. So collect performance metrics and refine models with new data and share knowledge across teams. So this structured approach provides organization with clear uh, adaptation pathway for AI-driven migration capabilities. And also like currently like Amazon Aurora already uses ML to predict query slowdown before they happen. So and this proactive optimization capabilities has inspired many of the migration AI framework we see today, demonstrating that artificial intelligence in database management is not merely theoretical, it already operational at hyperscale. Aurora's machine learning models analyze billions of query execution to identify patterns that precede performance degradation, allowing the system to take preventive action before the user experience slowdowns. So this same predictive capability is now being applied to migration scenarios where it can anticipate performance issues in the target environment before they impact the production system. And the emerging trends in AI migration. So DevOps integration, and as part of the DevOps integration, AI migration capabilities are increasingly embedded with it in continuous integration and continuous deployment pipelines, enabling seamless automated database migration as part of regular release cycles. And second is the federated learning. Organizations are exploring federated learning approach that allows AI models to be trained across multiple enterprises without sharing sensitive data, dramatically expanding available training datasets. And the third is the self-tuning database. The future points towards fully automated database system that continually optimize themselves based on workload patterns, eliminating the need for traditional migration optimization entirely. Today's Innovation in AI-driven migration represent just the beginning. As the technology matures, they will fundamentally transform how organization approach database migration. And also, the other things apart from what is then slide, it is like uh, there are few things like micro migrations. Like in future, like database migration won't be a one-time project, but a continuous automated process within AI, autonomously, automatically moving workloads to most efficient and cost-effective platforms. And also like other things that we can achieve with the AI migration is like autonomous operations. So the ultimate goal is self-managing, self-optimizing database ecosystem where AI tools handle everything from planning to execution and maintenance. And also like with the integration with the okay, and also with the integration of the generative AI. And the last one is the conversational interface. So future tools could use generative AI to allow databases or allow DBS to describe the migration plan in natural language, which the AI then translate into automated workflow. So with the normal conversation, like just uh, with few words or just like talking to the generative AI model, like you can say, and that can come up with the necessary things. And the intelligent documentation is another thing that um, that is one of the emerging trends. So here, that generative AI can automatically generate comprehensive documentation and runbooks for the migration process. So by which we can improve the transparency and facilitating the future maintenance. So the future of database migration. So over here, like the three things that we can achieve with this is like efficiency, accuracy, and the confidence. So with the efficiency, like AI-driven approaches dramatically reduce time to completion and resource requirement, making migrations faster and more cost-effective than ever before. And with accuracy, machine learning models identify and resolve potential issues before they impact production system, minimizing business risk during modernization. And the last one is the conference. So predictive capabilities provide unprecedented visibility into migration outcomes, allowing organizations to proceed with confidence and clarity. So AI is making legacy modernizations more practical, reliable, and future ready than ever before. This organization the organization that embrace these capabilities will gain significant improvement and competitive advantages through faster innovation, reduced cost, and improved system reliability. So with this, we are coming to an uh, end with the presentation. And in case if any of you have any kind of questions or queries, like you can ask now. Hello.
Is, is everything okay?
Yeah, yeah. Hello. Am I audible?
Yeah, we can hear you and see you. Everything look okay?
Yes.
Yes, yes. Yeah, yeah. So I'm done with the presentation. So it's all right. So now, in case if anyone asks any if you have anyone has any queries or questions, can take it up.
There is absolutely no questions on the chat.
Mhm.
However, you did a great job because you didn't leave home. Do you have many demo or are you completely done?
I am completely done.
Okay, perfect. That was an excellent session, and thank you
Mhm.
so much for putting this together. You share
Mhm.
a lot of great insight. This
Mhm.
session will be published
Mhm.
sometimes this coming week. Thank you
Mhm.
everyone for sharing your time, and I hope the Lavara son next year we will have a chance to have you back again, correct?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Perfect. Great.
Yeah,
I'm gonna stop the recording. If you are free to stay on the call if you do have any questions. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your weekend.
okay,
And see you next week. Don't forget to
okay,
register for feature data driven and the other upcoming event that I have shared with you on the chat. Thank you. Bye bye.
okay. Yeah, and thanks a lot for everyone, like for being on this session for this entire time, taking all your time, and like I really appreciate all of you for being part
You
of
are
it. Thanks.
you are
Yeah,
very welcome.
yeah. See you.